Namaste all. Welcome to the Welsh woods. I'm just going to be running through a quick, to show you how to do a sun salutation, Surya Namaskar A. Okay, so coming to the top of your mat first, your toes can either be, the toe joints can either be touching with a slight gap in the heels, or you can bring your feet to more of a hip distance apart, just whatever is most comfortable for you. Okay. Once you are standing, just pick up your toes, spread them apart, and then place them back down onto your mat. Just grounding into the earth. Make sure you have a slight, so your knees aren't locked out, so kind of like a slight, well, not a bend, just make sure they're not locked out. Tuck the belly in towards the spine, Uddiyana Bandha, Mula Bandha, also drawing the inner thighs towards each other, shoulders over hips, hands out, mountain pose. Get your good stable base. Inhale, raise the arms up towards the sky, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, fold. The hands can either come out to the side or down through heart center. Folding here, you can either have your legs bent or straight. We're leaning more in towards the direction of straight, but they don't have to be fully straight. Particularly if this is your first forward fold of the day. The hamstrings might not be warmed up yet. So we exhale, fold. Inhale, come to a halfway lift where we want a straight back. Okay, so if that means you need to come up with your hands on your shins, then please do so. Next up, we're going to exhale our hands to the mat, bending our knees as much as we need to get there. And then inhale, step back into a high plank position. Next, we're going to come down into our upward dog, and we can get there one of two ways. We can either drop our knees and lower our chest and chin towards the earth, or we can do a chaturanga. So coming back up to our high plank, chaturanga, what we're going to do is we're just going to shift the weight forward slightly, so we're kind of over our wrists, and then exhale, keeping the elbows tucked into those ribs, slowly lower down, but only halfway. Then you're going to flip your toes over, and then come up into upward dog. And so if I just go back and go the knees, chest, chin route. So knees, chest, chin. And then what we do from here is we would lay our legs flat onto the ground and then inhale to cobra. Okay, so in cobra, our legs and lower belly are all on the mat. And we're just lifting our chest up off the ground in cobra pose. Whereas if we come back to our chaturanga and upward dog, so an upward dog, it's just the tops of my feet that are on the mat, and then my entire leg is off. So it's just going to depend on your level of accessibility, flexibility, where you're at today. Might be different tomorrow. Or just meet yourself where you need to be today. And then once we've come into our upward dog on our inhale, we exhale back into downward dog. So if we are going from upward dog, all you want to do is use your core to lift your hips up, coming onto your toes, and then flip your toes over again and coming into the downward dog. Hips are up towards the sky, hands are shoulder distance apart, shoulders away from the ears here. It's almost like with your arms, you want to imagine like you're squeezing a huge beach ball. So kind of like internally rotating the upper arm, almost that, so your inner elbows are kind of facing towards the front of your mat. And then if I come down and show you how to get into downward dog from your cobra. So if we're in cobra, which is lying full belly down, lower belly and legs on the mat, what we want to do here into downward dog is to tuck those toes under and then almost kind of come through a tabletop position. So coming up onto the knees and then lifting the knees up and sending the hips high. So in downward dog, the main purpose of this pose is for our back to be nice and straight and strong and getting a bit of a stretch. So it's not important that our heels are touching or that our legs are straight. It's more important that our back is nice and straight. And then inhale, we look forward. And then continuing the inhale, you step forward to the top of your mat and then come to that halfway lift. Exhale to fold. And then inhale, come all the way up, arms coming along with it, reaching towards the sky, shoulders away from the ears. To do that, rotate those pinky fingers towards the front of the mat. And then exhale, hands to heart center, Samastiti. Okay, so we're just going to do that one more time, just a little bit more sped up to the pace of your own breath. Everyone's breath is going to be slightly different. And then when we get to the kind of vinyasa part, so the lowering down and then through to up dog or cobra, just choose whichever one you need to do. So whether that's knees, chest, chin or chaturanga, and then either cobra or upward dog. Do what you need to do. You know your body way better than I do. So do what you need to do. Okay. Taking a deep breath to start. Inhale, raise the arms up, look up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Can you also use a block here? Exhale, hands to mat. Stepping the foot back. Exhale, lowering towards the mat. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Stretching the front body, and exhale, coming into the downward dog. 3 breaths here. In and out through the nose. Inhale, look towards the front of your mat. Step 1 foot forward, the other foot forward, and come to your halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to come up to standing. Exhale, Samastiti. Thank you for coming to my Surya Namaskar A or Sun Salutation A tutorial. More to come soon.